Are people still waiting on a sign? And if so, what is the sign that can have you fully convinced the time to get down with the Most High is now? A matter of fact, it should have happened a long time ago. So what is it that the people need to see to know, or what sign people would need to know that it's time? Now, through that, I know when I do lessons like this, people reach out, try to panic, and will say, I want to get baptized and all this. That's fine. I'm going to help you with that. Let me put this out there. If you left messages on the text thing right here, see that text thing right there? 445 number. If you left messages there, your name and phone number is being distributed to the respectful elder or deacon that's over your area, and you will receive a phone call. So don't panic. If you've left your name and your number, someone will be reaching out to you soon. We're going to have churches everywhere in the areas we don't right now. We're going to set them up everywhere. So if you don't have a Gathering of Christ church in your area right now, you're going to look up, you're going to see the all white, you're going to see the blue fringes, and you're going to see what? The Gathering of Christ church right there. And I hope that you can be a part of the ministry as we gather and help people in your respective areas. So you don't have to keep texting and all that in concern. We got your text. We got your name. Someone will be reaching out to you quite soon. Right? Are people still waiting for a sign from God? Something that would let them know, okay, I'm ready to dive in. Both feet. I'm ready to do the will of the Almighty. Or are people still skeptical, sitting on the side waiting for something and saying, well, I need to see a sign? Well, Elder Lawyer, let's go to where it states in the epistles that Jacob seeks a sign.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
All right, we're in 1 Corinthians 1 and 22.
Thank you, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir.
1 Corinthians 1, verse 22. Write these down, folks.
For the Jews require a sign.
Hold on. It's not Jacob, it's Jews. That's what it is. Chapter and verse?
1 Corinthians 1 and 22.
1 Corinthians 1, verse 22. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Read it again.
For the Jews require a sign.
For the Jews require a what?
A sign.
A sign. Usually our people, brothers and sisters, won't act on anything until we have to. We have to see something in order to actually do something. When other people are different. They'll see the trends before things get hot and begin to prepare knowing what's coming. Because the signs, everything have lined up, just like in the stock market. If you see a trend through your atlas or the past where stock fell, and you see a certain trend that's similar 5 years later, you're going to pull your money out of that stock. You're going to sell because you know what? You know that thing going to drop. You're not going to wait till it drops and be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. I lost my money. You look for trends. And what's wrong is the Jews or the Israelites wait for what? We wait for something to happen first before doing something. Instead of knowing the sign that leads to preparation and understanding that we must do something before things get bad. For the Jews, we require a sign. Read.
But the Greeks seeketh after wisdom.
But the Greeks seeketh after wisdom. See, the nations are more savvy when it comes to seeing what's going on. They take the information and prepare accordingly. Okay? I mean, for the last 15 years, you can go online. Esau been prepping. He know what's coming. A lot of people think they crazy. Some of the food gets old and they'll still prep more and supplement it and make sure there's still something in the cupboard because they know something is coming. They see trends. But no, it's us who believe supermarkets, I'm just using that as an example, are going to be there forever. And then when the supermarkets are empty like it was through that test run during the pandemic, then we're like, oh my God, we're going to starve. What are we going to do, my babies? That's us. That's us. Instead of doing what? Looking at the dry goods where you can put that away in a dry place that can hold 5 to 10 years. If you get a bag of beans, get another bag of beans just to put away the same day you buy it. A canned good, get an extra one to put it away. Seeing the trends. And I'm just using food as an example. The sign for us is when the devastation happens. And didn't prepare at all, knowing that something was coming. Jacob seeketh a sign. Are we still waiting on a sign from God? And what sign did the Most High give us to know that he's communicating with us, that he's down with us, that he's leading us? And brothers and sisters need this. I'm going to tell you why. To give them the confidence to finish the race. You need to know that God is with you. If you're waiting for a sign, then what's this connection you have with God now? He haven't showed you signs in your life yet to let you know that he's with you? Huh? Jacob seeketh a sign. Jews seek a sign. And we wait to the last moment. And I'm going to tell you, I seen the panic. Elder Lawyer, I will never forget. And I told in our elders meetings, at our brothers meeting, I was saying, listen, I will never forget the look on the people's faces. And I'm talking about men who call themselves leaders when it all broke out. Okay? When it was a very tenuous situation, and you can tell that people were shook. Now, why weren't we shook? Because we told people they were going to shut things down, and we had a method in place years ago where everyone in the church must what? They must store 6 months' ration. And we had that in place probably 7 years before the pandemic happened. So when there wasn't any food in the cupboards, people knew to go to their stash to feed their family. And that's talking about food and water. But other people were shook. I couldn't believe what I was hearing from some of these so-called believers. Those who had faith. Even Israelites. You had Israelite leaders out there, and it's still online. They were telling people in their congregation, go out and get the vaccine so that we can open back up.
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote. Saying we've always got vaccines. Told their congregation, listen, we need to do this so that we can open back up. People who claim to have faith were shook. When you go to a leader must be certain and stand on that rock and that confidence moves throughout the conversation and move throughout the congregation, and it strengthened those who are amongst the body. You had Israelite leaders out there saying, well, it's your choice. People took vaccines before, so it's your choice. If you want to take one, you can take one. If you don't want to take one, that's up to you. When people are Christ says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. You can't be waffling in time of crisis and everybody looking to you for direction. My answer to everybody was, when they asked me, what would Christ do? Would Christ have his disciples in the line at the clinic? Are we of Christ? Or are we the healers? And I made it clear what our stances are. That according to our religion, we don't believe in none of that. And if anybody want to do it, hey, we're not going to tell them to do it because we're not going to have that blood on us. If you fold now, you'll fold later on when they put the pressure on you again for the mark of the beast. And I made it clear where the church stood. And I seen all these so-called Israelite leaders who claimed to be bold and courageous. They were shook. They were shook. You know why? It's easy to show boldness and how courageous you are when everything is open, when everything is thriving, when all people are operating, when the world is going on as normal. But when there's a crisis, that's when the leaders come to the forefront. And everybody should have been looking at that. When there's a crisis, when you got the Red Sea on one side and the army on your back, who's going to fold? Or are you going to say, nah, guess what? We're going to stand here in faith with Christ, and Christ is going to part this for us, and we're going to walk through it. Untouched, without acquiescing to Pharaoh. How can you claim the white man is the devil? How can you claim all that, and then when the white man comes with some science, you acquiescing? Brothers and sisters, that's when you know anybody can act bold when all things are normal. Understand, I'm not talking about myself, anybody in general. During a time of a crisis, you check out the person that's calm. That's the person who's watching everything, who have calculated the whole situation and can get you out of the fire. They're not the ones panicking. They're not the ones saying, oh my God, what's going on? They're not asking you anything. They're sitting there in silence, calculated. You get behind that person, they're going to get you out. Okay. And you know what? We didn't shake. We were just like this. And we told people, if you follow what we're saying, it's straight from the Almighty. We went to the stupor that's in 2nd Baruch. And we told everybody what it was prophetically and said, listen, you to stand still. And you'll be fine. And look what happened. Now let's talk about that sign real quick.